Guys, welcome to the Modest Sports Show, home of your college athlete. We are player led and player focused. Tonight, I've spent the greater deal of the past 30 minutes trying to get this live set up. Was having some technical difficulties, and yeah, man. Tonight though, this is a little film study. I'm not gonna be in front of the camera, but you all will see my hand and I'll be writing and stuff like that. But the purposes of tonight, just gonna do some film review, gonna do some film study and kind of go through um how I break down games. And this is always good practice, play recognition, concept recognition, personnel recognition. It's always good for, just us to practice and stay fresh because I think that a lot of times, right, with the way football and just sports in general is trending, it's becoming more about the antics of the game rather than the art of how you play it. And that's in every sport. And so, with that being said, we want to take a refreshing approach. And I actually enjoy when I see other fans of different, or not fans, excuse me, but other analysts of different team or different networks, I guess you would say. I enjoy just seeing them talk about the nuances of the game, right? The X's and O's. So tonight, that's what we're going to be getting into. And I was watching some tape on uh the Modest Sport, or not the Modest Sports Show, but I was watching some tape on the 2021 Iron Bowl. However, I'm gonna share my screen with you all. Okay, gonna share my screen. Okay, and we are going to take a look at. Let me get the right setting. We're gonna take a look at whatever comes to my mind. See entire screen. Let's see, shut it. Okay, cool. All right, let's just come here. YouTube.com. I want to be able to. Okay, cool. Yeah, you can still see. Okay, cool. Let's see. We're gonna look at, let's say, the 2022. Huh. What game am I in a mood for tonight? I think I'm in a mood for LSU. Yeah, LSU versus Alabama 2019. That was a good game. I think that was a star-studded game. So we're gonna take a look at that. Watch some film. So that being said, y'all get your notebooks and your notepads out, get your pens and pencils, get your markers. Let's learn. Let's learn together, right? Because although I am kind of giving it from my perspective, I think that football is an ever evolving game. I think that we can all learn from one another. And you can never, I feel like when it comes to the thinking side of the game, I don't feel like you can ever really reach your max. Can always learn. There's always different philosophies. If I'm being honest, I think I'm pretty rudiment in how I'm, and what I know about the game and uh my where I am, how can I say it? What I know about the game and where I am, like on my football IQ, you know. Just want to leave room for growth. But we're gonna get a look at some of these formations and everything else. So let's just skip through all this. Let me make sure my sound is good too, by the way. All right, we're good. Okay, kick off. Now, I don't think I paid as much attention to special teams as I probably should. That's a part of the game where I'm gonna have to grow in, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So let's just put today's date, February, February 5th, 4, Alabama. Yes, ma'am. LSU. Huh. Let's see. Oh, okay. Sure. Okay. All right, guys. So play one of the game. Play one. We're gonna get this pistol look. I always like to label, you know, different size. So I'll say Bama offense. I'll come over here and I'll put LSU on defense. And then you'll also see me make note of like in a different color marker, different color Sharpie, what I'll do, I'll make note of like just little new other little things like okay, they did this Zen motion from the boundary or uh they shifted two safeties, whatever, or whatever excuse me, two tight ends, whatever the look is. So right here, when 11 personnel look out the pistol, um, we are gonna say that's a twin trips pistol look, or actually no, that's more of a quads because we see right here in the core, and I wish I had a pointer you can see my hand, but to the field, right? We have number 85. I believe last name is Randolph, played with Alabama. That's a quads look. He's an eligible. He's hand in the dirt on the line. Next to him, I believe that's Jerry Judy in the slot at number 3. Um, Henry Ruggs, number 2 receiver. Devontae Smith, number 1 receiver. And of course, if Alabama runs any unbalanced formation with Najee Harris, let's see, he was running flat, he's 5 out. So I think it's safe to say this is an unbalanced formation. And we're going to say that is bear with me, play recognition. That's why we're doing this. We got to get faster with it. We're going to say that is a empty quads, an empty quads, an empty quads G look. Y zone. I mean, can't say spread because he's not there's no receiver to the boundary. So I mean, 5 is in the backfield. Yeah. We'll just call that or not empty quads, excuse me. Can't say empty quads because it's an 11 personnel. Look, that's a funky look. Out the pistol at that. Um, that's a funky look. Uh, yeah, that's different. That's different. So this is, I mean, here what I would do is we'll say it's a twin trips look, twin trips, pistol with a twin trips pistol. Or more like, nah, this would have pro trips. So I'm thinking this is more like a pro trips. We'll say a pro trips pistol. Um, running back in the uh yeah, running back in the pistol. Yeah, that's a tough off the bat, man. But anyways, we'll go with that. Uh Here defensively for LSU, we're gonna say LSU is in a 3-4 look. Only reason I say 3-4 because we got three down linemen. At the top of the field, or excuse me, on the hash, you got your nose to his top. At the top above him, you got your end or your tackle, excuse me, and then below the nose, you got your tackle. Tackle to the boundary, excuse me, into the field. And then right here, now this is interesting. So head up above Randolph, number 3. That's Jacoby Stevens. And he was a very unique player at LSU. He could play a post safety, but as you can see right here, he's attached to the line of scrimmage. So very, very versatile in what he was able to do for that defense. At the top of the screen, to the boundary, right beneath or right above the numbers, actually. That's another end. But it looks like he's playing more of a contain than actually trying to get upfield and press the passer. Derek Stingley, bottom of the field or bottom of the screen for you all, right above the numbers, lined up on Devontae Smith. Those are two NFL guys now, two Sunday guys. And Grant Dale Pitt, as you can see, top left of the screen, he's playing a post safety. No. Grant Dale Pitt, bottom of the screen, right above number 5. He's playing more like a robber safety. Top of the screen, post safety, so forth and so on. But we'll say they're in the 3-4 defense. And this is looking like a man look right now. On that. All right. So from the field. All right. And now we're gonna go to that pro trips pistol look. That's perfect. They got out of that. It was funky. It looked kind of weird. Gonna motion out of that. And we'll say, yeah, motion out. They're going to a pro trips pistol. It's 11 personnel. Why is that 11 personnel? Because we have one running back and one tight end. Now, obviously for motions, things of that nature, right? Those are our identifiers. Okay. So right here, right? Grant Dale Pitt, he's talking to his post safety pre-snap, right? That's still a man look. I know a lot of times when we think about man, we think about, okay, well, if he runs to the other side of the field, you're following him. In a situation like this, all they're gonna do is spin the safeties, right? Grant Dale Pitt playing that underneath safety. Okay. You see pre-snap, he's talking to him, spin, spin, spin. That field safety is gonna take Jerry Judy, and he's gonna be manned up on him. All right. And as you can see, all they did was replace one another. Now we're just gonna run through it, what the concept is. So little boot action, um, or play action, excuse me. Little play action. And of course, all right, we know what this Alabama offense could do. In the passing game, I'm seeing a lot of obviously, okay. So I'm thinking like a deep Panther concept with two skinny posts or an over right there from Henry Ruggs. Uh just looking at pass game concept right now. But Henry is gonna run this little over, as you can see in the and again, this is what separates good from great. Tua is gonna suck in this. Look how he sucks in these linebackers, right? Like, is that Patrick Queen? So I'm talking to this Mike Backer right here, right? Look how look how deep he is. He's like 1.5 yards, right, off the line, or like almost on the line of scrimmage at this point. He sucked the man so good because if this is a good if that linebacker has good eyes, right, he's getting to that drop, right, almost right in there. But Tua's gonna put that ball right now. That was also the wheel backer. He's kind of got to settle more in his zone, right? Kind of like turn. Don't just look at the quarterback. See what you got in your zone because, and that is Patrick Queen, number 8, I believe. That's Patrick Queen. But yeah, Patrick has to. He's got to have better eyes right here. Kind of trying to read the quarterback, not really seeing what's coming, what's entering his zone. Got to get his head around, see what he has coming, and make a play on the ball. But that's a great catch by Henry. Very good catch by Henry. And the one thing I like about this play right here is Grant Delpit. This is the first play of the game, right? But Grant Delpit kind of puts a hit on Henry, tell him like, "Yeah, we're gonna be here." But it isn't, explosive play, but kind of later attitude for what the course of the game is gonna look like. So I love that hit on the sideline every time I watch it. Great play, as we can see, and then just a better view from that pass game concept. Just 2 overs, or it looks like an over in the post from Devontae Smith coming from the field, and, Henry just kinda finding a soft spot in those zones, and, Tua gets some good ball. Alright, so now we're back with another quads look. In this game right now, the way Alabama has started it, kinda indicative for me of Alabama versus Auburn 2021. Auburn started the game very like in a lot of unbalanced look, quads look. Um, they did just a lot of odd formations, and Alabama is off to the same start. So they're gonna go to, like I said, they're in a quads look. Quads. Why do we think we call the formation quads? Quads because 4, the number 4. So they're gonna go to this quads look, and it's 10 personnel. And why is it 10 or actually this is 11 personnel. So if we look, the ball is on the right hash, and there's guard, tackle, tight end at the very top of the screen, right above the 50-yard line, right? Always count hats. When you're looking at the core to figure out what the personnel is, count hats. Don't try to count bodies because a lot of times you'll misidentified. Count hats. How many helmets do you see? You can always distinguish the helmets for the most part. At least I can. So they're in 11 personnel, still quads to the field. And it's another kind of funky formation. So for me, I'm kind of looking at this like, okay, we're going to, okay, okay. I also want to make a correction on that first play. That's an unbalanced quads off pistol. So sorry about that. Okay. But for this second formation, um, it's gonna be 11 personnel, like we said. And this is an unbalanced twin trips. Okay, an unbalanced twin trips. Unbalanced twin trips with a gun far. Right, unbalanced twin trips, gun far. Okay, obviously, it's an unbalanced look just because the game or the passing game is heavy to the right side. If I'm on defense, Strength is right off the jump, right? Strength is right. We got a nub. We got a little tight end nub to the top of the screen. Can't make out his number. Okay. And then our running back, which I believe this is Najee Harris, he's to the strength of the formation also. So it's unbalanced tremendously on the right side. The twin trips is coming from these three receivers. We got 1, 2, 3. Devontae Smith at the 1, Henry Ruggs at the 2, Jerry Judy at the 3. And obviously back out, Najee Harris is the fourth receiver. So that's a twin trips look. And the gun far is so as we can see on the screen here, maybe I can start using my mouse. That way I ain't gotta explain so much. This Najee Harris is detached. He's split from this tight end. So the gun is not married. Okay. Now, if Najee Harris was on the other side of the ball, we'd say gun near because the back and the tight end are married. But because they're opposite, right, it's gun far. Okay, so they're an unbalanced twin trips gun far look. This defense. So uh I would label this defense a 4-2-5. And the only reason, right, is because if we count DBs, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, like I said, Jacoby Stevens, we just seen him to play before attached to the line of scrimmage. Now he's playing this boundary safety. Okay. And I believe this is Chasson, if I'm not mistaken. But he's an edge, or at least from my knowledge, I always seen him going to get the quarterback. Never really seen him drop too much in coverage. Um, and then these guys, of course, this look like he's playing a zero. This dude look like he's playing almost is that like a three, a four almost a four eye somewhere in there. And this guy looked like he head over the guard in a three. So 4-2-5. That's what we'll call the defense. And guys, if my computer dies, I'm sorry. So sorry. I gotta do a better job. But tonight I just wanted to kind of take you through how I look at the game. Just give you some quick content. I don't want to be gone too long. But anyways, so we're in a 4-2-5 look. That's a nickel look. Why do we call it a nickel? We have 5 DBs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. A nickel is worth 5. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Two linebackers. So 4 defensive linemen, 2 linebackers, 5 DBs. Simple math. All right. Just look at concept. Okay. So uh, we're gonna see a guard pull. Can I move? Nah, I can't do that. All right. We're gonna see a guard and stop it now. You see number 73, number 66. We see the way they pull. Okay. Go back. Gotta make sure we're getting all our run game and everything goes correct. Right. So just pay attention to that guard. Both of those guards pull. All right. That's a nice explosive game. That's a double G though. That's a gap scheme. That's a gap scheme look. And essentially what that means is a gap scheme, right? The offensive line is shifting, they're doing different things, running different stunts and whatnot, um, pulling guys, down blocking, just a whole bunch. They're creating chaos for those core defenders on defense to try to open up gaps in the defense, right? And then hopefully throughout the course of this film study, we see, I'm sure we will probably see some example of zone schemes. This is just a double G look, both guards pulling. It's called a double EVL. Now, let's see where the defense went wrong, right? So I'll say off rip, right? I don't feel like they felt those inner core guys. I don't feel like they felt um they didn't feel it right now, right? You can kind of tell they're still kind of playing it like it might be a zone run. They did a good job at holding their own. I think one of these dudes is taking on a double team, so he kind of gets washed. If we looking at this guy right here, he's taking on a double team almost. He gets chipped. I won't say a double team, but he does get chipped. See, boom. See, this guy's gonna chip him and he's gonna climb. Okay. Now that's pivotal right here. This block is probably the block that created the explosive, right? Because he couldn't get over that block enough. Now let's watch it play out because we still got this puller coming around, hoping to clean. He's walling this guy off. This puller is still coming around to probably pick up to chip this guy or get reach this second level with this safety. So let's see it play out. Neither or. One really clean, honestly. Um, I feel like 73 picked up work that 66. Yeah. So they ended up double teaming. I'm sure when the coaches went back and looked at film, you know, because in this situation, right, this guy, he's got to win. Now, I guess we can credit this guy, right, with spilling this play. He spilled this play, but then what happens? You get two guys caught up in one gap, this safety, this backer. And ultimately, that's what creates this hole. These two guys get caught in that gap together, and Najee is off to the races at that point. And Jacoby Stevens um, does a good job getting him to the ground, but he's kind of going back, looking through this. I feel like this angle could have been better by number 8 right here. If that's Patrick Queen, I feel like he could have shot that shoulder. He could have shocked his outside shoulder a little bit firmer to create more of a just to I guess fight pressure with pressure. He kind of gets blown up and gets sent in this gap, and boom, that's where the explosive is created. So Alabama, up until this point in the game, hit you with an explosive pass play, okay? Hit you with explosive run on the first 2 plays of the game. Both had an unbalanced looks, um, kinda just catching this LSU defense sleeping early in the game. It's a great job, in the interior of Alabama's offense. Getting guy look at that, look at that. They getting guys moved. So, it's a great job. Fast forward, okay. Alright, another funky formation. I don't know what it is or what it was. Okay, so we're gonna go back to that. This is more like an 11 personnel look, but it's still quads plus, I guess that's what we could call it. Um, let's see what we got. So yeah, this is just an unbalanced special formation. Um, I'm gonna call this. We're gonna say this is a unbalanced twin trips gun near look. Yeah, unbalanced twin trips gun near.